A very open map with not a lot of Tiberium, where we have a match between SpencerJohn as not in the yellow versus PBJam, so that's probably peanut butter jelly. Not sure, but or peanut butter and jam, one of the two. In the blue with Nod as well. As I said, not a lot of Tiberium on this map, though now I'm in the game it does look a little bit more than I thought at first. And I also feel like you normally start here, but I guess this is a map with multiple spawns. Not completely sure. Anyways, we have a little bit more aggression from SpencerJohn with flamethrowers and minigunners running in. Because they didn't go refinery first, they went hand of Nod first, which is not what PBJam did. Already forcing the repair on the construction yard, and although that isn't that big of a deal, it's still something. And of course, forces them to look away at something else, like this fight for instance. So, flamethrowers just force firing the ground so you can't really get close. And now, boom, all of the flamethrowers there have died. Over here, annoying, but burning trees? I didn't know the trees could burn in this game. That's new to me. And over here, flamethrowers, a lot of them. And that's a dead hand of Nod. That's the thing with people being this close and not having a lot of Tiberium, really aggressive. Just 2 refineries, sell off of the construction yard. You got the airstrip up, just like your enemy, and you're already going into your last push. You've got 5k to use. You can produce a lot of buggies, a lot of bikes with that. And if that doesn't work, you're dead. They have more refineries, they still have their construction yard up, and they still have a hand of Nod, which you don't have either. So it's just bikes and buggies pretty much. Chances of seeing a light tank are quite slim. And over here, uh-oh, that's not a dead refinery, at least it shouldn't be, but it's really annoying that you have to heal that up. That takes away from the funds you can use for your army. And turret! That's good against your units. You need those flamethrowers to take down that turret. 2 of them even. So, this side, minigunners and, more importantly, the engineer. What can they capture? This is a cliff. You can't go up the cliff, so you have to go in here. But it's really close to the army of your enemy. Pulling them to the right side, that makes sense. But just sending one over here to kill the engineer would be enough. I mean, it's something that SpencerJohn only now knows about, because they didn't have that scouted, and that is a captured construction yard and sold off immediately. You don't get an engineer for selling off a captured construction yard, sadly enough. But that means 5k in the bank again for PBJam. And your enemy doesn't have their construction yard anymore. You can get way more buggies out, you can get a lot of bikes out, but still no infantry. So these turrets will still be annoying. So, what can you do? They do still have more economy, so as long as that stays up and the airstrip stays up, you're behind, apart from those like 6k that you got from selling construction yards. Not sure how much you get exactly, but I think it's like about 3k. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but that means that you get like 6,000 for selling both, which your enemy doesn't have. That's still a lot. That's like, how many? 7 trips? 9 trips? With your harvesters. That they would have to drive more than you. Right? So, here, that's way more buggies for PBJam. That means that the fight will probably go in their favor, just because of overwhelming numbers. And it does indeed. that means that they can afford to destroy a harvester, and they can also just run in on the other side and destroy this harvester. It's hard to block on this map unless it's up here, which is probably why they have it blocked off with power plants, because they don't want their harvesters to go there. And that's a dead refinery. Then on the left side, buggies running away from PBJam, and that's a dead power plant, or at least sold off. That means that the harvesters can now be very annoying and drive up there, in order to get blocked, of course. And now, harvester here will get damaged a little bit, and well, there are still a lot of units for both players, mainly minigunners for SpencerJohn, and even a rocket soldier. He is desperate to destroy those buggies. This harvester could very easily go down soon. It is not filled up yet, so it doesn't hurt as much as a filled up harvester. But yeah, you do still have a lot of units if you're PBJam. So, minigunner there, just standing around the Tiberium. Sure, why not, right? And it's dead. Okay. So, what are you going to do? It could be worth to just create a couple of bikes to destroy either buggies or buildings, right? Because then your enemy has to micro them down in order to take better fights. And even that could just be enough for you to sweep in on the other side, run in on the other side and destroy a harvester, for instance. Could be. Could also not be. And the advantage that PBJam had is starting to run out a little bit, because SpencerJohn still has 3 harvesters, but a medium tank, it's there finally. Didn't know it was going to come out, but ooh, did you just block your own harvester? That's not great. Anyways, I didn't know it was going to come out, but I mean, there was a chance, of course. Though it would probably be better from PBJam, just because tank can run over infantry. Though, yeah, infantry isn't really your main focus right now. That's true. Anyways, buggies way faster, so can run in and destroy the harvester. SpencerJohn on the counterattack. If this airstrip goes down, PBJam is dead. Simple as that. Unless these units are able to clean up SpencerJohn's entire army. And the plane just didn't know what to do and runs away. Well, flies away. With Spencer Airways. Okay, so, these buggies, what can they do? If they can't do enough, then it's a win for SpencerJohn into low power. So, taking down another harvester. So, we could actually see a bit of a stalemate if these turrets stays up and these production buildings go both go down. We could. And I'm not sure who is going to win then. I would expect SpencerJohn to win, but PBJam will not throw their unit into that. Why is this one not being focused? Is it a ghost? Just like this minigunner is a ghost. It's a fake. Maybe. So, everything except the airstrip is gone. Actually, what I said, I'm not sure if you're even able to survive with just turrets. Okay, this is scary because this thing goes down quickly, that power plant. Run in. You do know about it. You could make a run for it, but it doesn't look like it. And now there are almost as many medium light tanks as there are buggies for PBJam. And this indeed seems to be just a ghost or zombie. No, well, ghost, because it actually doesn't do anything anymore. So, what can these minigunners do? If they run out to destroy the airstrip, the power plant goes down. If they don't, then they get crushed. and that's happening right now. And that means SpencerJohn wins it with light tanks. Match complete, so we do have statistics. So, well done that you made it this far into the video. Consider watching the video in your lower left, but that's all I'm going to have for you today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.